I want to ask you one of the things that kind of makes you really unique. And I think this is important to bring up early in this conversation so we can bake this into a lot of our dialogue. It's that one of the things that makes you unique is that you bring faith into the way that you manage it and lead your dealership. How are you able to make God part of your leadership technique and part of the culture at your dealership?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It started with my dad, really, with faith, and my grandfather. And my dad always says, he prayed a prayer basically saying, "Hey, Lord, if you bless me, like I will bless other people." And you just look at our business and how much it's grown. And like, because of him, I've prayed that same prayer. And our business has done amazing, especially over the past few years. And I know a lot of people just say, "Hey, tread on the side of caution, like keep your faith and business separate." But I'm not ashamed of my faith, and people know that about me. But it's just the way that it's like, they always say, like in the Bible, just like, or like in Bible studies, just how you live your life does it make people question who you believe in and what you believe in? And I think like doing that and like knowing what my purpose is, which my purpose, on this planet is to be where I'm at so I can impact people both like out in the community and faith wise. But it's like, that is how I just try to every day say, "Hey, God, how do you want me to be used in a conversation?" It might not be every day that I have a conversation with an employee, but like I had a customer issue 2 days ago and talked on the phone with this lady, found out she serves at this church. And then we talked about God for like 20 minutes, and it's like those little conversations where those are happening and people know like what we believe as a company. And I think that's just important. We're on this planet for such a short amount of time. It's like, what impact are you making?
Yeah, yeah. It's like you reminded me of a couple verses popped into my head here, like Jeremiah, I think 29, where God, it says, I will bless you with a future filled with hope, a future of success, not of suffering. And because God wants us to be successful in business and life and in the time we're here. And I think that, I feel so bad for people who are going it alone without faith, because
Right.
man, when you bring faith into your business and into the way you lead your team, I really, it's amazing how it changes the dynamic. We have some
Yeah.
dealers that do that, like such as yourself, and you just see a different level of confidence and hope, and belief that everything's going to be not just okay, but amazing, and it
Yeah.
takes away a lot of the fear.
Well, it's like you have this bigger divine purpose over just a worldly thing. And I think like the car business has such a bad stigma. And so it's like we run our dealership completely different, even the dealerships around us. And I think that's what makes us different is our faith. We might not plaster it all over the walls, but because we make decisions based off of, hey, like, we may not agree, like the customer may not be happy with whatever decision we make, but at the end of the day, we know that we're being true and honest with ourselves and what's best for the business and the customer. And a lot of that comes from treating people the right way. Like that's what my dad always said is treat people how you want to be treated, take care of the customer, like just doing those things. And unfortunately, I think some dealerships just don't do that. And maybe it's because they don't have that same mindset.